Before we get into today's video, issue number 6, the final edition for the year of my magazine, is out now. It's an MXGP one. We look at Romain Febvre's incredible comeback over the years, Jeffrey Herling's up and down season, and we have a privateer profile on an incredible top 10 MX2 rider who does everything himself. On top of that, the rest of my editions are on an end-of-year sale just for $1. So if you want to support my work directly, this is the best way. Head to themxnetwork.com and go snag a few. Well, we finally have it, folks. More news on the Triumph Racing team. The 2024 rider lineup for the Monster Energy Triumph MX2 class team in the World Championship has been announced today, and I think it's a stellar lineup. Before I get into that, I'd like to add that the US side of things for Monster Energy Supercross, that team has yet to be announced. It will most likely be a two-rider lineup as well, and we know that Joey Savatgy is one of them. He not really confirmed it, but hinted at, you know what I mean. He confirmed it by not directly saying it on Pulp MX about a month ago, I believe, at this point, or a month and a half. Anyway, we have yet to know who the second rider will be. Let's get back to the topic of the day. Triumph announced today that the 2024 MX2 lineup would consist of former WZ Racing KTM rider Mikkel Harrup and former Jam Honda rider Camden McLellan. I personally think this is a solid lineup. Mikkel Harrup, whom I've had on before and hopefully will have on again as a special guest, is a super nice guy, and he did really well a couple years ago on Kawasaki, and this year he did pretty well, but not up to his standards for sure. He started off the season rough, but by the end he was consistently finishing 5th to 10th place, which isn't too bad, especially for a support team. Camden McLellan finished around the same all year, started off rough outside the top 10, but worked his way to being a regular top 10 guy throughout the season. I believe he even snuck in a 4th place there somewhere. Anyways, let's now take a look at the debut video Triumph released today. At this point, I'd say everything about this team is looking good. The lineup, the look, the energy they have. As long as the bike is put together well and can compete, I see this Triumph team causing some damage in the MX2 class in 2024. Let's now look at what the riders had to say. Mikkel Harrup said in the announcement, quote, "To get the opportunity to be a part of a factory team like Monster Energy Triumph Racing doesn't come around very often. I'm extremely proud to be joining Triumph for the 2024 season, and it means a great deal to me. We have all the right people in place within this team, and the support from everyone involved has been amazing. I am looking forward to showing what this new bike can do during 2024, and I can't wait to start racing." I'm really hoping this can bring Mikkel back to the F&H Kawasaki days when he was a top 5 regular and even on the podium a few times. I think that's where he should be. I think that's where he could be, and hopefully this bike can make that happen. On to Camden McLellan. He said in the announcement, quote, "My first impressions of the bike and team is hard to put into words. I've really been blown away by both the performance of the bike and the insane work ethic and intent of the whole crew. We've just started testing, and already I'm more than comfortable on the bike, and it's going to get better as we continue to fine-tune things. My goal next year is to go out and be a title contender, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I just need to focus on improving and getting fitter, stronger, and faster throughout the winter, and by round 1 next year, I can have a more realistic expectation." I personally don't think McLellan will be a title contender, as he was barely a top 10 guy this year, but certainly if he's that comfortable on the bike, he can step it up with this team next year. I don't think a couple podiums are outside the realm of possibility for Camden as long as he sticks it together. All right, that's all I got for you today. What are your guys' thoughts on the 2024 MX2 Triumph team lineup? Are you excited to see this team make their debut in March at Patagonia, Argentina? Let me know your thoughts down below.